What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubt. And I have my doubt that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that will make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Same company, I'll bet.
Howdy, howdy. And I'll get that switch over a little bit smoother somehow. I know when I switch over, it just cuts the intro off cold and then just dumps right into the audio from in here in the meeting. Wow. And I'll explain. I'll explain that to you, Steve, in just a moment. Um, Anyway, it's been a rather interesting day. Uh, I've been I've been hiding from the news. um, kind of. I mean, 'cause damn yo, a lot of bad news today. There really is a lot of bad news today. Um, man, oh man, oh man. As I keep beating that horse about getting ready, please get ready. Please get ready. Howdy, howdy, sir.
Howdy.
Oh man,
What's
what's
up?
up? No, same old, same old. So yeah, I'll explain that real quick so I can get that off of there. Although it is kind of snazzy looking. This is the aircraft that I have spent all day on. And I have been ferociously revamping some of the textures in this aircraft. And he's got a very realistic, I mean, it's as realistic as it gets look to it, you know, the used, worn look. And that's what a lot of people want. I kind of like to, you know, put on the Ritz, so to speak, and I like to fancify things on the inside and make them look real sweet. And that thing right there is such a pleasure to fly. And it's just because what it is, and Steve touched on it a moment ago, it's actually it's the design of it's more like a sailplane. And it's, you know, it definitely doesn't need towed up by a tow plane. That thing's got two small jet engines in it, and it's got a top speed around 230, I think, 230 knots, which that is, we'll say, due to change. Uh, I'm gonna get my grimy little hands in there and play with the configuration a little bit once I get to that. But first, I'm working on the textures. But the reason I've got that up there is because I want to give a thanks to Mario Noriega Designs, because today, this morning, I had shot him an email, and because I was confused. I was doing everything like I always do everything, but files just weren't. Just something was wrong, and I wasn't catching on. And so I sent him an email and explained my confusion. And real quick, like, they responded back and had explained to me where my brain fart was. Normally, and Patrick, you'll recognize this. Normally, you have three types of files for each part of the aircraft you're working on. You have your albedo file, which is your color. That's just like what you see. And then you have a norm. And the norm used to be called in FSX a bump map. So the norm and the bump map, same thing. And then you have something called a comp file. And that comp file takes care of three things. It takes care of ambient occlusion, roughness, and metallic. And it does it using the red, blue, green channels. And it's just a grayscale image in each of those channels. It's really interesting, really. And so what I was getting confused is he, because of the old FXX days, named his normal files. He named them bump files. Now those were actually in the texture folder and not in the other folder, and I didn't see them right away. I didn't notice them. What I did notice was ORM files, right? ORM, and I thought it was like a typo. I honestly thought it was like a typo, and I thought, oh, okay, that's supposed to be the norm file, but you could tell by the coloration of it, it wasn't a normal file. It was clearly a comp file, and so that's what I needed to clarify. And he messaged me back and said, yeah, I called it ORM for occlusion and roughness and metallic. And he goes, that's why it's named that. And then named the normal file bump file like back in the FSX days. So then I was straight. But it's really, he did a lot of the work with actual, it appears to be actual pictures of actual aircraft, is what it looks like. Um, what I'm going to do, and I am by no means a master, but back in the FSX days, I did some pretty cool stuff. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to mod this aircraft, and I'm going to try to put in the GTN, whatever the hell it is, 750 or whatever, the badass GPS system. It doesn't have an autopilot. I'm gonna fix that issue. It's gonna have an autopilot. And I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do what I can to try to replace each one of the gauges to a newer, more high fidelity gauge. And well, I'm just gonna just try to fancy it up a little bit. But I wanted to thank them, Mario Noriego Designs.
What do they call that? A glass cockpit? Make it like
Well,
all digital?
really, the GTNs. Oh, yeah,
Because that's what it is. It's just all digital stuff. It's glass cockpit, right?
yeah. But the
No
thing of it
analog
is, yeah.
gauges.
But here's the deal. Um, with your glass cockpit, that's normally like your G1000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to where you've got one screen and you can either have it full or split, and you know what I'm talking about, the G1000. That's more like what you would consider a glass cockpit.
Okay.
Now, at the same time, they do have digital gauges that kind of look like analogish kind of gauges. They're not necessarily, it's not the G1000 look, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
look like gauges.
Well, that's the
And
reason I
that
was
would be
asking is
perfect.
because like the C5 Galaxy is a military transport plane. And
Mm-hmm.
they just got done redoing all of them
Redoing
and they
their
gave them glass
avionics.
cockpits, he said, which meant all
Mm-hmm.
digital.
Right.
Everything switched to digital. Like
Right.
the C-17 when it first came out, it was all digital and
Oh,
that's why it was huge. Like that was
right.
way above its, you know,
Yep.
anything else out there.
Yep. And
Right
it's
on. I get what you're saying though.
yeah, it's gonna be a sweet, sweet ride when I get done.
Heck
I
yeah.
can't wait, man. It's gonna be my little Corvette.
That has been out for a little bit though, I believe.
Yeah, it
Did he
has.
just
It
he just
has.
updated it or something?
Yeah, there was an update, and I just
Okay.
hopped in it just to check it out again, and just I don't know, I just fell in love with it. It's such a pleasure to fly.
I don't
The
remember
glide,
that opening before.
oh dude, the glide ratio on that thing is insane, and the thing just flies forever. I mean, it's in the when it's loading in, you know how they give you little things at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was something about Vespa. I don't know if it was very efficient. I can't remember what it was, but the military, I think the Italian military was actually checking it out because of a program they were running, and they wanted a really, really super, um, relatively high performance, but a very efficient airplane and an exceedingly efficient airplane.
He wanted
And
something sneaky.
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, but that
I mean
never went
that's
into production. That's just if anybody's wondering, it never went into production. There were 3 prototypes made. That was the only 3, and that's it. But it is just, I love planes. I don't know what to tell folks. I am so madly in love with aviation, and that thing right there, it is just fun to fly. And I mean, it's like a glider, dude. You come swooping down at the earth. You got these dive brakes. You deploy the dive brakes, and it pulls the nose of the plane up, and you're pushing it down, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
heck yeah.
Anyway, I'll get off that topic because Lord knows I could talk about aviation for the rest of my life. Let's see. Uh, And we'll go to the next one here. Oh, wow. I never put these in order, actually, because I suck. That's why. Let's see. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Well, I wanted to come over this first because, I mean, it's like if we're just going to do a bunch of crazy crap right off, we might as well, right? So I was going to talk a little bit about this because there's a few headlines on here that are a little bit concerning. And when I say a little bit concerning, I mean, bend over, here it comes. So, yeah. So, right around this area is where we left off. There was an absolute ton of news that came out on War News 24/7 and otherwise. You're gonna see. France will deliver military equipment and dozens of armored vehicles to the Lebanese army. Lebanese army, is that the lesbians? Is that
No,
I
I
can't
don't think
remember.
so.
Steve?
The Lebanese.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I have no idea what all that nonsense is about, and that's that. U.S. plans to supply Israel with 2,000, not just regular, just they're spice smart bombs. They're spice smart bombs for precision strikes. So that K2, man, it's devastating, isn't it?
It's everywhere.
That K2, they're
A
putting it
spice
in
bomb.
warheads. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, the guy, that one dude that said something about using nuclear weapons in Gaza. He wasn't fired. He wasn't fired. He just was removed from that position and put somewhere else for being a
Somewhere
dumbass.
else a little bit higher for having such a great idea to the guy.
Yeah.
I liked your idea, but nobody else did. We're going to promote you, but don't tell anyone it's a promotion.
Hey, we got an article. We got an article that's along those lines. Just wait. It's freaking hilarious, dude. I knew it when I saw the headline this earlier today. I bust out laughing. Let's see. We shot down 17 Ukrainian drones in the Black Sea and Crimea, says Russia. That has definitely heated up. Armed drones shot down by U.S. forces in Iraq. Now, this is one that is a pucker up one, in my opinion. Jordan says any attempt to expel the Palestinians is equivalent to a declaration of war. So that's something to pay attention to. And then this one article here, lifelong president of Russia, he will be a candidate again, reports Reuters. We've talked on this before. He's been doing this. Xi Jinping has done this. Man, don't even go there. Don't even think possibly that Joe Biden might try to pull this. I mean, but even if he did pull it off, what is that, another 4 or 5 months? Well, it depends how long they can keep those old batteries recharging, because they're starting to fail. But NATO, there's a big deal. NATO suspends treaty on conventional armed forces in Europe after Russia withdraws. Ukraine, French media says Ukraine and Zelensky on the brink of collapse. The war is in Putin's hands. Kind of has been from the beginning. Let's see. Zelensky fires commander of the 128th Brigade hit in Zaporozhye. Well, at least he just fired him and he didn't grenade his ass like he did the other guy. Just saying. I mean,
where's Zelensky going to run when it's all over?
Dare I say.
Right here?
He'll be vice president.
Yeah.
Massacre of Ukrainians in Donetsk, 235 soldiers lost, 4 brigades defeated. Yikes. And then I'm not going into the stories. I'm just reading the headlines because holy hell. Russians give free shot to Zelensky's army. Ukrainian crash north of Bakhmut. Russian blitzkrieg to Chasov Yar. So, sure. Hardy yar yar yar. They're kind of part pirate, Russian pirate. Maybe they're Russian pirates. Uh, okay, now let's get this the hell out of the way. Germany to deploy tank battalions to the Russian border. Said Germany's defense ministry has announced that it will deploy 2 tank battalions to Lithuania, which will form a new brigade together with NATO's Joint Forward Presence Battle Group, which is already stationed in the Baltic nation. The new unit, which is expected to come into being in 2025, will be made up of 4,800 military personnel in total. Man, it's coming. U.S. nuclear submarines sent to confront Iran, says Bloomberg. Right? This here says U.S. Navy announced on Monday that one of its nuclear-powered Ohio-class submarines had arrived at the Central Command area of responsibility, which encompasses the Middle East. According to Bloomberg, the boat in question is the USS Florida, which can carry up to 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles or as many as 66 Navy SEAL Special Ops forces for clandestine operations. 4 Ohio-class subs were converted to be armed with cruise missiles rather than intercontinental ballistic missiles, with 2 based on each U.S. coast. The news outlet said the deployment was meant as a show of force to Iran, citing unnamed U.S. defense officials. So, you know, they're secretly, not so secretly, put them over there. Huh. Well, I have a feeling we are going to see the weapons world, and I'm whipping through these that way I can get done and we can all just talk. That's why I'm whipping through these like this. Man, I more and more as the days, and I literally mean the days go by. The dreams that I've talked about many times on this show that I had many years ago, including one when I met Jen for the first time, like years before I met her. That there were some very distinct things about those dreams, like the aircraft that were being flown, the technology that I had seen, and even the message that the guy gave me when I asked him. He was a member of the military. I asked him, we're talking years ago. I was married, I had my family at home, and in the dream, I said to the guy, I'm like, where can I go? Where can I take my family? Where is it safe? And he says, you don't understand. There is nowhere safe. This is an extermination. And that was it. And I was like, holy shit. Well, I've had a whole series of dreams around a certain period of time. And I just keep an eye out for just little different things that I had noticed in those dreams, little changes, and oddly, even some that I would have never expected have happened. So, I mean, new buildings that were put up that weren't there before, right? Well, there was a building that was upgraded. you can't pack that on I mean, I wish you could do that, but here, take that and pack me up a hitter. No. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, yeah, thanks. ah, ah,
Oh, it's not
ah,
working.
ah, ah, ah,
What about this?
ah.
Oh,
That'll
that
work.
works still.
That works. Damn fist bump is a pain in the ass.
It's too violent.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh man. Sorry guys, I haven't been looking that much over the chat. Everything going on okay in there, Jen? Okay, cool. Just sorry, I've been kind of whipping through these and let's see. Oh, I don't think I read any of this. We probably should read some of this. NATO has announced that it will suspend its participation in the Treaty on Conventional Armed Forces in Europe after Russia withdrew from the deal, describing it as a dead mechanism amid the ongoing standoff in the West, or with the West. The CFE treaty was signed in 1990 by the Soviet bloc and NATO members in the last months of the Cold War. It put limits on the number of tanks, armored vehicles, artillery, helicopters, and aircraft stationed in Europe. The Russian Foreign Ministry said that while the deal initially helped to stabilize the security framework in Europe, the US-led military bloc later started to overtly bypass the restrictions, including by admitting new members. Not us. We would never do that. No. Never. Propaganda. Zelensky. This is the one I was talking about that I said was hilarious. So, a little while ago, Zelensky's like, "Hey, Netanyahu, let me come and hang out at your crib for a couple of days." And Netanyahu's like, "Hey, fuck off, bugger." And it didn't work. And then quietly, Netanyahu sent a message through to Zelensky's people. Hey, you can come in and cousin. And then Zelensky went like, "Oh, I'm going to Israel. I'm going to Israel." And once people heard he was going to Israel, then Netanyahu was like, "Yeah, no, maybe we should wait for another time." And now Zelensky decided, "Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go. I mean, I have so much to do here." And it just to me that
Wow.
man, I hear that guy's got a hell of a complex. Like
I
that,
bet.
I heard that he actually believed that they were gonna win. I mean, I really don't. I don't know what to think about that because I knew day one. I knew day one.
Well, I did too. As soon as I found out how big the Ukraine was, I was like, what the hell are they even trying to do? Like, I know it sucks, but like the world we live in, it's simple, man. Like, you're going to get pushed around by the stronger one, always.
Yep. So this is the last one that I have. And then we can kind of BS a little. Wind turbines encroach on U.S. nuclear silos, says the media. So apparently, not only do they kill birds, but apparently they kill missiles too, I guess. Expansion of America's wind power industry has reportedly raised concerns that the massive turbines dotting the prairies are making it dangerous for U.S. troops to access underground nuclear missile silos during emergencies. The U.S. Air Force is urging members of Congress to pass legislation requiring 2-mile buffer zones around each missile silo, the Associated Press reported on Tuesday, with windmills getting larger and being installed closer each year to the nation's underground silos, hundreds of which are spread across the U.S. in such states as Montana, Wyoming, and North Dakota. It's becoming more dangerous for helicopter crews to swoop into missile sites when alarms are triggered. Triggered! I mean, yeah. We need to do it in the flight sim. Let's swoop in with some choppers in the flight sim. Let's totally do it.
It's the stupidest
Steve.
thing I think I've heard in a while. Like, I don't know.
We lost
What a
Steve.
weird thing to complain about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
They just don't want any of the maintenance guys that close to a missile silo.
Right, right. Oh man. Anyway, that's what I was saying, and that's good. You got back. I'm not hearing you though. Yeah, speak, speak, Ubu, speak. Go ahead.
Had
Ah,
my microphone off. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Yep.
Now I do. Yep, yep.
Mike,
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you. Yep.
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Apparently you can't hear us, but yeah, we can hear you.
Uh, Hello.
Yep. Yep. Hello. Is there anybody out there?
I'm here.
Oh, can you hear me? Hmm.
Yeah, but there's something
Yeah, apparently there's like a
choppy about it.
yeah, there's a massive delay because you're answering me about I don't know about 10, 15 seconds after I speak.
Can't hear you now.
Hit it with a hammer. Just go wham, wham, wham. Huh? I think it might be his memory.
You there?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're here. You might need to restart your browser if you can hear that.
Shit.
Let's see. Well, let me have a drink of coffee. Damn, I did all that without even a drink of coffee. Mmm, coffee is so good. So, what do you think, Patrick? Do you got a cat
Was
on your
talking.
desk?
What?
A cat on your desk?
No, I'm just over here playing with the dot from my finger pointer. I know, right?
uh.
I was talking to the old lady today and telling her about those diesel heaters.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna order that one you sent me a link to.
Yeah. The one that had the Bluetooth app.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, and
That's
then I
the way
want
to
to do
go.
that board thing you said. You'll have to send me that video
The board thing, which
where you like mount it on a board and
oh
put it in
oh
the
oh
window.
oh put it in the window. Okay, yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm. Remember, the glow plug has to go up top.
Okay.
Glow plug has to go up top. There's two ways you can mount it. Normal, like you normally mount it where the exhaust and intake are facing down. Or you can mount it on the side, but there's only one side that you can mount it on, and it's got to be the side where the glow
Because
plug is at the top.
yeah, okay.
Otherwise,
So
it's
then
blood out.
normally the glow plug's on the side is what you're saying. If
Yeah.
it's up and down. Okay, I
Yep.
got you.
Yep. Mm. Yum, yum, yum. Oops. Sorry,
I
guys. I know I just whooped
I
down.
used fear just like YouTube and it worked.
Ah. Yeah,
I
that,
said we'll freeze to death. I had to. Sorry.
I mean, it
I
is
fear
awesome.
mongered them.
It is awesome. For just
Yeah.
12 volts, you can have 5,000 BTU. Yeah, it's they are awesome heaters. And
That's the whole thing too, is yeah, like I didn't think about that as I'm gonna need a way to start it. Like if my power goes out and I need to use that, I need to have a way to start it.
And it takes a lot of power, homie.
Yeah.
To start, yes. Now to run after it's running, it just takes a trickle of
Can't
power.
just car battery work?
Well, yeah.
Oh, well, I got those. I got good ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Car batteries will work. Absolutely. Oh man. Get a few vapes in me and we'll read some headlines. I guess Steve never has got. Have you gotten it worked out yet?
I'm here.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you were lagging there for a little bit.
Something with the yeah, something with the memory, in which I'll need to chat with you when you get done.
Yeah. Yeah, I might just need to upgrade your memory. Do you still have that program on your computer called TeamViewer?
What's it called?
TeamViewer? I think one time you had me connect to your computer with TeamViewer to do something. I think. I'm pretty sure.
You saying king as in queen?
No,
King.
team. As in there is no I in team. Team viewer, like binoculars or viewers. Team viewer.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But on the other hand, that's why I wanted to talk to you about the memory thing. Well,
Right.
memory and memory.
Right.
Memory of memories. So
Well, that you'll be better off. Just let's see. I would say, give me a holler tomorrow afternoon, a phone call, because that way,
okay.
if I got you on the phone, I can get on your computer while I've got you on the phone. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then that way I can find where, because I don't remember, dude. It's been so long since I've run Windows 7. I'll just have to find. I mean, I know a couple of different ways I can get right to how much memory you've got in your computer. But then that will also let me find out what motherboard you've got and all of that good jazz. So that way I know how many memory slots you've got on it and stuff like that. It's super easy, Steve. There's probably 2 screws that holds the side of your computer case on. And you probably just take those out, slide it back a little bit, the side comes right off. And they're just little cards.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been in them. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's what I didn't remember. That's why I said it's bad. It's just bad, Mike. Anyway.
But yeah, well, I'll take a look at it and I'll see what's up. See how much memory you've got.
I've got 4.
You've got 4 slots?
No, I got 4 gigs.
Oh, 4 gigs of memory?
Whew.
Yeah, 3.75 usable.
Okay, he found his memory. That's what I needed to know.
Well, part of it. The computer memory, yes. My memory, not really. But
Shoot, most phones got more now.
Well, yeah. You can definitely go up with that computer. You could double it and go up to 8 gigs of memory, and you would see a massive difference.
Yeah, and I've done
8 gigs of memory. It cost you, but what, like $20, man?
I don't know.
It wouldn't even be that much.
Well, it's I've done all that before, not with this computer, but at Dell, H&P. I've done all that because I know. I just didn't remember, Mike.
Yeah,
So
we'll get you squared away.
Yeah,
I'll get you squared away, and yeah. From that, I mean, you telling me that now. I'll just I'll get with you, and I'll get like the model number or whatever your computer, and then I can get the motherboard information that way too. But yeah, if you already know what you got, then because it's a shelf bought computer, right?
Yeah.
It's not a okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I've ordered them. Just I don't even remember where I ordered them from, but by the time I I upgrade, it's fairly
Yeah.
inexpensive, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, it was forever in between computers for me. So that computer I built, hell, I don't know, 12 years ago, I guess, the one that Jen's on.
yeah,
I built that like 12 years ago, and I built this one like 3 years ago. So that, like 9 years, I used the same computer that I previously built. And it was just, it still runs like a top. It still runs fine. It's just all the software's gotten bigger and faster, and it's just gotten so outdated that for doing flight sim, for doing stuff like this, I needed some extra power. So, and now I'm probably got about as much power as I'm gonna get. I would love to be able to go a little better, but it is what it is. Um, I won't complain. I won't complain, man. I really love Flight Sim. That's a blast.
Even like games a few years ago where like 50 gigs was a huge game.
Yep.
Now just Flight Sim is like 250 gigs, ain't it?
It's huge.
Yeah,
I
with
don't.
all the updates, it's insane.
Let's see. What is my packages folder? Packages. Properties. Do 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 do. Well, and you also have to figure I've got a bunch of add-ons too, which is going to be included in this, but
hmm
still, nonetheless, it's still counting. Yeah, it's kind of hefty. I have no idea how many it's going to say it's got. I have no idea. I know I've got a 2 terabyte drive, and I'm using a chunk of it, but it's not all flight sim. So,
Yeah, I think it's about 250 if I'm not mistaken.
well, I'm up to 400 gigabytes right now.
Yeah,
My
with add-ons and stuff, I bet. Yeah.
it's
Because I
a
got
it.
1 terabyte and I only have one game installed on there, and that's Flight Sim. And with all the mods and stuff, I got like, I think like half of that drive's taken up.
Oh, we just broke through up 520 gigabytes.
Yeah.
520 gigabytes. My packages folder.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah, yeah. And believe it or not, I don't really have that many aircraft because I keep them cleaned out. Because now, I mean, I do. I have quite a few aircraft, but I keep them cleaned out because, man,
Yeah.
otherwise my hangar looks like.
I like keep them all on this separate plug-in SSD,
Mm,
and
yep,
then whatever I need, I'll slap on, and when I'm done, I'll just delete them.
yep, yep. Well, mine's always just a drive away.
Yep.
So I keep everything, a copy of everything, but I swap it in and out as I. But man, that's C22J or whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's C22J.
Well, yeah, I keep
Man,
everything too, but everything's on that external. Like I have just about every plane on the place I got on there for
yep,
when I need
yep, yep,
it.
yep. It's a bunch of fun, man. There's nothing like
And that way,
seeing.
you know, if I reset all my stuff, I don't got to worry about re-downloading them all. And
I hear you there. I hear you there. Well, I guess I could read through these headlines here real quick. Central banks on record gold buying binge, says industry group. I wonder, does that say anything? Is that saying anything? Nah, that's not saying anything. Russia plans hydrogen exports to Asia, says Rosatom. Yeah, because everybody else is getting their heads out of their asses and starting to move towards hydrogen. Russia rules out new arms control deals with NATO. Israel to take over security in Gaza, says Netanyahu. Boy, I bet that's going to work out well. I don't think
well,
it's
I was
going to
just
work that
curious.
way.
I was just curious. You're talking about, you know, the hydrogen, like literally a blimp scares everyone away from the idea of hydrogen.
I know.
What would have happened if you filled that blimp with gas vapor? The same damn thing
The
or worse.
same damn thing.
Come on, people.
Yeah. Things go boom.
Yep.
Oh man, there was a way. I think they were messing with things like butane and hydrogen, and now I don't know the technology, but I know that somehow they were able to power like laptops on like hydrogen or butane. There was something
Really?
about, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I have no idea. But I heard they were messing with it for a little while, but it never came to light.
Two nights ago, there was a really bad fire, probably like a good 20 miles from here, but it was hay bales. And the reason they had started on fire is because they were wet. And when they get wet, they create heat in the middle and it
Oh,
spontaneously combusts, I guess. I
oh
didn't know that.
hell.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I've had to
Yeah.
pull a whole barn full of them apart because they're smoking.
Really?
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah, it's you know there was about four of us and a lot of bales, but they were they were smoldering in there, and it finally got noticeable, and they called us out to go pull them all, get them outside, pull them apart, and get it shut down.
Yep. They
That
say
was a long time
one
ago.
if best thing you can do if you've got like a mobile home out in the country or whatever, take some hay bale, straw bale, and put it around the skirting, put on, right up against the skirting. Some
Mhm.
people even use it as skirting. And for one, it helps block the wind from getting underneath the mobile home, but it creates that heat from decomposing, and it actually helps warm
If you
warm the
don't
place.
if you don't burn down your mobile
Well,
home,
you don't put the big round bales. You just put the rectangle square,
I'm
or
talking about the square bales. That's exactly what there was, a huge stack of them, and exactly, that's what
That's exactly
that's
what this is. It was a big old giant stack.
yeah.
yep.
And yeah, the
No,
heat
I'm
gets
just
built
talking
up in the
one.
middle so bad.
I'm just
Yeah.
talking one high, one high.
Yeah. I don't think they get that hot then, especially in the winter.
No, no, no.
But yeah, that's crazy, like all the things people don't think, about everyone's scared of, like you were saying, hydrogen. I just wanted to point that out. Like even hay can be dangerous, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
No,
Well,
I welcome
you take
hydrogen.
grain dust, blow it,
grain
blow up,
dust. Yeah, we get that a lot around here.
but
Explosions.
oh yeah, blow them all to hell.
Yeah.
Killed a guy down here. He was up there, and whatever static electricity, anything like that, just the powder and the
Yep.
mist in the air, blow it. Just
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
it's messed
crazy.
up. I mean, let's see. Ukraine facing worst winter ever, says foreign minister. I don't know why that would be the case. U.S. to begin military cooperation with Russian treaty ally. UK probably in recession, says Bloomberg. Hey, yesterday, weren't we hearing about how Canada was probably in recession? Now it's the UK is probably in recession. Imagine that.
The whole
And
world's in
this
a
is, by the way,
recession.
this is what, the fourth or fifth time we've been through these rounds of possibly being in recessions? They keep it in the rotating news, I think.
China's
We,
not doing too bad because they managed to kill off half their population.
yeah, yeah.
Seriously, man. Like,
Ain't nothing like welding
it's
people in their apartments and stuff. And oh, damn, the building caught fire.
people quickly forget how bad that was and what they were doing.
Oh, the hospitals, dude. The hospitals yeah, man.
That
That's
stuff was
messed
like
up.
right out of a movie. It was,
Messed up. Um, yeah, it's
yeah, but the whole world's economy is screwed. That's why they're starting war. It's the only way for them to make any money, I think.
yep, yep. Let's see. NATO ally warns U.S. about tarnished reputation, says the media. What tarnished reputation? We didn't. EU to approve Ukraine for membership process, says Reuters. U.S. invites Russia to APEC. That I bet. Do you think he's going to accept it? He's totally going to accept it. Over 100 British firms admit violating Russia's sanctions. By the way, if he does come to APEC, his balls, dude, like, they're made of like alien silver or something because
Yeah, right.
for one, he's got like international arrest warrants out for him. And if you think the United States ain't dumb enough to try to lay claim to that, they'll bring in Dog the Bounty Hunter, you know? I mean,
they would.
Germany to deploy tank battalions to the Russian border. EU leader warns of Putin look-alike parade in Europe. You better damn well watch out for those Putin look-alike parades because you never know. One of them might really be Putin. And he'll walk down the street and smile and wave, and we can't have that. US.
What a weird news. What the heck?
Know.
A Putin parade? I would have never guessed that was even a thing.
Police raid Portuguese Prime Minister's mansion. I bet he was pissed. NATO suspends arms control deal after Russian withdrawal. Oh, I actually read that one earlier. U.S. dependent on Russian nuclear fuel, says an official. No, you mean selling them all of our uranium so that we'd have to in turn buy back uranium? You mean that wasn't a good idea? I guess that wasn't a good idea.
I guess not.
German politician slammed for Polish occupation proposal. Polish authorities blocking Ukrainian vehicles, says Spiegel. Russia accounts for 1/3 of world diamond output, says data. And
who cares?
They account for 100% of the Russian male brides. Yeah, that's a fact.
Who still cares about diamonds, for God's sake?
Well, when you get the Russian mail order bride, you need diamonds.
They need diamonds, okay.
You buy the package deal.
I think most women nowadays would rather have a new phone than a freaking diamond ring.
Probably true. At least 6 dead in Ukrainian missile strike on Donetsk. Zelensky, I covered that. Kiev fills ranks with older men as casualties mount, says media. Yeah, I heard they're up to people in their 40s now. It's crazy. Europe powerless against Kremlin propaganda, says media. Yeah, that propaganda. Ooh. You know, remember back in the day when we were kids, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me, sticks to you. I mean, they never learned this. Pay women to reject abortions, says the MP. Sounds feasible. I covered that. U.S. election integrity think tank created to censor conservatives, says Congress. Russia calls for emergency UNSC meeting over Ukraine strike on Donetsk. EU member claims Shenzhen injustice. And then I covered all of these here. U.S. threats that attackums won't make a difference in Ukraine, says New York Times. Well, guess what? They won't. Ukrainian envoy condemns Polish trucker blockade. Them damn Polish truckers. Biden pushes for 3-day pause from Israel, says Axios. Dior replaces pro-Palestine Bella Hadid with Israeli model, says media, because that's so damned important. Stable Eurasia important to multipolar world, says Putin. Trying to whip through these. Italy can't afford NATO's cash demand, says minister. German state labels rising party as extremist. Imagine that. Poland issues EU membership condition to Ukraine. And U.S. Senate blocks aid for Israel over Ukraine.
So, So this morning when you woke up, did it feel anything like already being locked up and then being told you're not allowed to go outside?
No.
And be like, dude, you weren't letting me go outside anyways. With YouTube and the monetization thing, what's some horse? That's some horse shit, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry to hear that, but what the
oh,
heck?
dude, we weren't getting nothing from them anyway. Like literally, we wouldn't even many months we wouldn't even put a penny in the coffer in a month.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all a joke anyway. And like I said, the truth of the matter is they are going to expel everybody out there that's not towing the line, that's not doing all of the stuff that they recommend, because plain and simple, it's not a recommendation. It's
And
beyond a recommendation.
why I showed that thing yesterday is I wanted a few people, and you to see like, and for people to realize like your value to YouTube. They
Mm-hmm.
want you to give them $200 for 1,000 views,
Oh yeah,
but you
yeah.
got to get like 1 million to get $1 from them.
Right.
It's backwards. That just
Yeah.
shows they have zero value in you, and you don't mean nothing.
Exactly. And it used to be somewhere where, the average Joe could actually at least make it worthwhile if they were seeking that. I
Yeah.
never came, I didn't, when I initially came to YouTube, I didn't monetize and I didn't
Hmm.
intend to monetize. That was not even a thought. There was a lot of ways I was different. In fact, initially, I didn't even have comments on. So, people couldn't even leave comments on videos. Why? Because I really don't feel like babysitting a damn YouTube channel. And,
Hmm.
that's the simple truth of it. I didn't feel like babysitting a bunch of idiots. And so I didn't even turn comments on. And because I mean, go look at videos. I mean, it's insane. Now at the same time, I condemn channels that sit there and delete everything that they don't like. That's a bunch of bull. Um, it is what it is. You can go look at my community page and see the post I made where I go after pinball and see his comments, and I leave them up. I ain't gonna delete them. Those are his words. I want him to own his words because, like for instance, every single lie that he says, that's on him. That is on him. And he doesn't even realize, it doesn't even sink in for a moment to him that there will be a day that he is going to face a very old man that is not going to be very, very happy about his antics. And man, I'm doing everything I can to try not to just get in that incredibly wonderful place, but I want to be put to work. That's my ambition. That's my ambition. I don't want to just go out there and hang out on in the bean chairs watching Oprah. I want to. Oh, that would be hell. That would be hell.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, this headline did come out. U.S. warns Israel against Gaza reoccupation. It says their White House has sounded alarms over the possible reoccupation of Gaza by Israel after the country's leader indicated Israeli forces would handle overall security responsibility in the area following the conflict with Hamas. Asked to weigh in on the long-term plans for Gaza during an interview with CNN on Tuesday, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby urged Israel to reconsider a lengthy military deployment. The president still believes that a reoccupation of Gaza by Israeli forces is not good. It's not good for Israel, not good for the Israeli people, he said, without elaborating. Well, yeah, because there's this thing called backlash. One of the conversations that Secretary Blinken has been having in the region is, what does post-conflict Gaza look like? The spokesman added, what does governance look like in Gaza? Because whatever it is can't be what it was on October 6th. It can't be Hamas. And I would agree, that it can't be Hamas. Here's the thing. Wow.
Just
That's
get someone in
unusual.
there with a different
We
acronym for whatever they
usually
call
we
themselves.
Oh, you didn't hear the dog barking?
I heard, oh yeah, something.
There was a dog raising hell. And usually it's the other way around. Usually it's our dog raising hell at dogs walking by outside. That time is the dog walking by outside raising hell at us. So and our dog, I guess, was way back in the bedroom. See, security failed there. Uh, but yeah, no, yeah, that would be a joke if Israel was to occupy that for security. Yeah, no. Um, I do heavily support a two-state solution, and I think that Israel should have nothing to do with the Palestinian side, and the Palestinian side should have nothing to do with Israel. And I think all of Israel's thumbs need to be taken off the Palestinian people so that they can live, so that they can breathe. And you know, that's only right. And I all of everything since these dumbasses did that in 1948. I don't know what the hell anybody was thinking. Maybe they didn't have the foresight to see the internet, which could very likely be the case. Because when you take a look at it without man's tradition, without man's propaganda, when you just take a look at it at the surface for what's going on, it's like, well, yeah, I think I would be pissed off too.
Hmm.
I mean, if I had generations of family members that lived on land, and all of a sudden,
Which
uh,
ain't much, by the way.
yeah, which
Yeah.
ain't much, and then you have to divide that land up when it's just, and then the land keeps getting, as the families get bigger, the lands keep getting smaller, and it's crazy. I mean, I think all of that's crazy the way they do that stuff. But nonetheless, they had generations that lived on land, and then just for a group of people to show up and say, you know what, this is ours now. That's horseshit, and I don't go along with that. And um, they've got to work on a solution. You know, no more no more attacks from either side. No more none of that
And we can't
nonsense.
support that as Americans because it would make us hypocrites.
Right.
Otherwise, we couldn't say we regret doing that to the Native Americans if we're going to sit and let someone else do it and
I don't
support it.
get it. And that's, I haven't even been able to watch much Glenn Beck lately because he's definitely on the. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I cannot reject righteousness when I think about that situation. And when I look at the attitude that many Americans take towards the Palestinians, I look at it and I'm like, Americans always ask the question, how is it that the Holocaust could have even happened? How could have people become that hate filled that they would support that
Oh,
they would allow for that? Well, you know what? All you have to do is take a look at modern day.
I did see today on the news that they showed a video of a bunch of Palestinians, I guess, in some airport trying to hunt down some Jewish people that were on the flight or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just all getting crazy.
Yeah. Well, you can expect that. You can also you can expect real events like that. You can also expect false
Could you
flag events
imagine
like
being the
that.
person on the plane and knowing there's a mob? Oh my God, dude, that's wanting to kill your ass. Like that'd be
Yeah.
terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then the one guy, there was an old man that was killed. I think he was killed by a protester, if I'm not mistaken. 65-year-old man or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, and people need to take a step back. And I have faith that there are going to be enough countries step up to the plate that is going to bring a fair solution, or at least there will be an actual honest attempt at a fair solution. I'll put it
Hopefully.
that way. So what's up, Steve? Can you hear us?
Can I show you something if we got time?
Yeah, go
Yep.
ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You're there must be a delay
Oh,
again.
show and tell.
Yep,
I
yep,
wanted
yep.
to show you this
Patrick's
little.
sharing his screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
there
is
we go.
a little heliport I found. I
Yeah.
think it's, oh God, I can't remember the country right now, but it's like the coolest little place, like out in the jungle.
That is cool.
Is that you, Pat?
Yeah. It was a video I took earlier.
Is there a delay, Mike?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay.
Oh, being a little laggy.
Yeah.
But
Testing.
oop, right here. Like down here, like there's even rocks in the river. It's an amazing looking spot.
That is cool.
But you can only get there with a heli. But yeah, one of these days we'll have to.
I'll be
have to show
back.
it to you.
Alrighty.
But that's that H145. That's like right on here. You can got your autopilot and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
All right, I'll stop.
Yeah, I was flying around a couple of different places with that C-22J. That thing was pretty fun.
Heck
Pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I like that thing. Oh man. Well, we'll wait for him to come back and
Did you think Microsoft looked more? I don't know. Just everything was weird about it today. Like I landed on a beach today, and usually it's kind of a crappy texture, but there was actually pebbles and stuff, and there was actually texture to it.
I didn't really look very. I was.
Yeah, I felt like there was more trees.
I was paying a lot of attention to the way the aircraft was flying, getting to learn how to fly it, and because it is a little tricky when you come into land. That thing likes to slice through the air, so you have to use your dive brakes to slow down to land. You have to. There's no way, And they are dive brakes. They're not spoilers. That Steve called them dive brakes yesterday. That's actually correct. Those are dive brakes, and they have a much different effect. Have you really flown that plane? You'll have to go check that out.
I only just test flew it once.
You'll have to check that out. It's a very interesting aircraft to fly.
I do have one more thing I was going to show you.
Once you get about 200 knots, that thing just slices through the air and it's crazy.
I was going to show you. I'll never get lost again. Navigation on every single one, man.
Wow.
I thought it was kind of funny.
That is. Is it straightened out, Steve? I'm thinking there must still be a delay. Yep, either that or you don't hear us at all. Oh, man. I must be right next to the edge, because if I stick my head like this, I see Jen. I see you both. I see Jen there, and I see Patrick there. But I have to sit right here. It's halfway in pass through, because my little circle's right there.
Howdy, Jen.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious to see. That actually looked like mixed reality there. It did. Yeah. Because I mean, when I look, I actually see her desk and her monitor and all of that. but then I see your avatar in your chair. Not the
That's
desk or
nuts.
any, just your avatar in your chair. It's pretty cool. Here. You. Okay. Let me see if that
Oh,
works.
did you know that you could do screenshots with the controllers?
Yeah, you just hold the trigger and then hit the Oculus button or something.
Yeah, and then the other trigger in the Oculus button is for recording, I guess.
Oh,
I didn't know that. I just learned that today.
can you hear me now, Steve?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Can you hear me?
yeah, and that delay wasn't too bad. I think there was a little one, but not bad.
Is it on time now?
Pretty
Yeah, a lot
close.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen you want to
See,
speak.
something keeps eating the memory up, Mike.
I'll get a hold of you. Or, well,
Yeah,
get a
something
hold of
keeps
me
eating the
tomorrow.
memory.
Call me
Well, look
tomorrow.
at your yeah. Check your email.
Oh,
Check your
okay.
email. I all the specs of my computer's in it,
Okay. Okay.
so
Will
you
do.
can you already know when we
Okay.
talk. But
Yep. I'll do that, and I'll actually go find a good deal
is
for you too.
it's going to have to be really good. I oh jeez,
I hear you.
God, I don't know. But you
I
know
hear.
why is I don't quite understand why this thing gets slower
What
and slower and slower. I really
What do you use
all
for a
I've been doing
browser? What do you use for a browser?
Firefox.
Ah.
Firefox.
Why?
Can you hear me?
Why? Yeah, I heard you.
What?
I said why?
What do you use?
Chrome, man. Chrome. Hey, you know what? You know
I
what I
got
like?
that. What do you use? Snakebite or what?
Do what? You broke up a little.
What do you use? Snakebite or what?
No, I use Chrome.
Yeah, okay.
I use
Just
Google Chrome explicitly.
oh, geez,
You know why?
God.
Because
Yeah, well,
all I need is a browser.
okay,
I don't need something to make my coffee and toast my bagels, and
probably, but go
I need a
ahead, tell
browser.
me.
That's why though. It's the reason I use Chrome is it's very light and it doesn't have all the stuff like
You cut out
Firefox has got. Oh yeah, his memory is crapping out on him. Call me. Well, I will email you back.
again.
I will email you back. Yeah, it's starting to kind of drop out. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here tonight, and I will email
Well,
you back before I go to
okay,
bed.
yeah. Well,
I
Alrighty.
I think I'm
thank you all for
skipping
the
you
help.
now.
That's what I kind of. No, you're not. You're good. You're
Okay, well,
good.
I'll get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I guess there's a lag again a little bit. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and close up and get out of here for the night. And I'm going to get Steve emailed back and get the ladies their gummies. And I'm going to head off to bed. I'm hoping to be laying down on my pillow by 9:30. That's usually my goal. So anyway, I am out of here, folks. I hope you all have a good night. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. And as always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit.
Peace.
And shalom.
There you go. Thanks, fellas. See you tomorrow.
Yep. See you later, Steve.